Hi, welcome to another episode brought to you by New England Low Vision and Blindness, where we bring hope through technology, training, and care. You know, there are three words often used in real estate: location, location, and location. And in assistive technology, often the three words can be iPad, iPad, and iPad. Well, today we're going to introduce you to the MagniLink iTab, which uses your iPad. So stick around and we'll tell you all about it. Hi, welcome back. As we begin to get into the iTab, I want to let you know that the iTab joins a family of MagniLink technologies that already exist, and it complements the MagniLink Tab and the MagniLink S. And we're going to link to the MagniLink Tab in the notes below. We already did a video on that, and we also already did a video on the MagniLink S. The MagniLink S, why I have that here before us today, is to let you know that that used to connect to three mediums. The first one, PC, second was a Mac, third was a Chromebook. All very good. But what it did not connect to was an iPad until now. So with the invention of the MagniLink iTab, where we're using the technology to connect to your iPad, you can also use your MagniLink S to connect to that fourth medium, to an iPad, to your iPad. Now there are some minimum specifications which we're going to put on the product page of both the iTab and the MagniLink S that you need to have for your iPad, so it won't work with the older devices, but these newer iPads, it's a really nice addition to the family of the MagniLink Tab systems. So now students and professionals have a device that can connect to all their mediums: PC, the Mac, the Chromebook, and the iPad. And when you're using it with the iPad, you can use it either a standalone system, like your MagniLink S, which you may already have, or with the stand here on my right with the MagniLink iTab. So let's go into it a bit more. Here I have the MagniLink iTab set up in its inline position. Almost all of the photos that you'll see are in the other position, which has the camera to the side. So I wanted to make sure that you saw the way that I prefer it to be set up, where you have the camera inline right in the middle of the monitor. So it's designed in this setup to work more intuitively with how most of our minds work. So this is the inline position. And I want to let you know that everything I'm going to show you on the iTab, you're also able to do on the MagniLink S. So here we have your iPad open. I put the iPad into the stand. I put it down at a perpendicular position. I'm going to tap on the software. And all you need to do with this software when you read something is just learn how to read upside down. If it is upside down, just tap a button and you can reorient it any way that you want. So that's going to happen at different times when you move the camera around, and we might see it again when we show you distance viewing, is you need to reorient the image, and it's very easy to do, as you just saw. Okay, so now we have a piece of text in front of us. This is just a newsletter. It could be any reading material that you have in the classroom or at work or at home. We can use the increase and the decrease to make it bigger and smaller to see. There are the ability to control the functionality on the iTab and the S in a variety of gestures or taps on the screen, or you can connect a Bluetooth keyboard. So whatever you prefer. What's nice about the way that LVI, the manufacturer of the iTab, designed this and all of their devices, that you have multiple ways you can interact with the device. Right now I'm going to show you that we're going to be using the Apple Pencil. I'm going to be touching the different icons on screen, and we're also going to be using some gestures. For example, right now we are using it in the color mode, and I'm going to swipe down here to change the background to black on white. I can also take my fingers and go to the left and change the contrast of the black on white. I'm gonna make that a little bit bigger. I'm gonna change the background again, so you can cycle through the different foreground and background options by just using 2 fingers down as a swipe. If I want to go back to full color at any time, 2 fingers, I just tap it and it goes back to full color. So these gestures, and there are a number of them, they come very intuitively once you start using the device. Of course, like anything, you have to learn the gestures, but it takes a fairly quick once or twice or 3 times doing them over and over where you get a hang of it fairly quick. If you don't like the gestures, then you can use keystrokes or you can tap on different functions within the menu that you see displayed on the bottom. At any point in time, if you want that menu to go away, double tap to see if it works with my pencil. Tap, tap, so it either raises or lowers depending if you want it there or not. What I like to show a lot also are a couple of more features, and one is turning your document into speech. So if you have a voluminous amount of text, you want to convert that into speech. What we're going to do now is reduce the size, because if we increase the size, let's do the increased size first. We'll just get a certain section of this on screen, and all that this will turn into speech is that which you now see on screen. So we're going to tap the button for OCR, and I don't know if you saw that, but there was no camera trickery there. It scanned and turned it into speech that fast. And that's the same way it works on the MagniLink S, and the same way it works on the MagniLink Tab as you saw it on the iTab. So it is less than a second, less than a split second to turn your information into speech. I paused it, I'm gonna play it. We can make that image bigger or smaller. I'm gonna pause it again. I can make it louder or lower, so let's make it a little bit louder. Using the volume control on the iPad.
To strange predictions about the end of.
You can very easily change the rate of speed as well as the voice by simply tapping on the menu and going into the speech. And there we have Daniel English. We'll tap on that. And let's say we wanted to try Karen English, or if you wanted to use another language, there's a number of language options on here. We'll use Karen English. We'll change the volume a little bit higher, the speech rate a little bit faster. We can even change the font to, let's make it American Typewriter Bold. We're gonna go back here. We're gonna rescan that in.
An invitation to
boom. New voice, new speed, new volume. We're gonna pause it there. We're gonna make it bigger, okay? You can always change the backgrounds as I showed you earlier. And what we're going to do right now is do a full page. So instead of doing the page where it just shows you that one section and not the whole page, let's do something a bit more complex. So for something more complex, let's do 3 columns of a magazine here. So as you can see, the 3 columns, they fit left to right, but they don't fit top to bottom. So what we can do is just take the book, the magazine, and turn it sideways so that the information fits all on screen. Tap the button.
Mueller goes to Washington years after winning his HRST elected position in the
And now it's already speaking. I'm gonna have it speak. I'm gonna make it bigger. I'll pause it. Let's just say I wanted to move around to a certain area, I can now find that area, tap on the word, and it starts right there, okay? So you have a lot of flexibility to start, to stop, to maneuver around wherever you want to go. Lickety split, it just moves with speed. And so I don't know if you're like me, but I hate waiting for my technology. So what I like about all of LVI's technologies is that you're not waiting for it. It is in line with the way that your mind thinks. It just moves quick, whether you want to do gestures, whether you want to do keystrokes, whether you want to tap on it. So now what I want to do is, instead of showing you the text-to-speech, let's do something simple like marking up a document. So let's just see if we can save this document. We're going to go back to the camera and we're going to show you a test. This is a test I just made up. So think of your test in the classroom with some simple questions on it. Let's scan that in right now. What we'll do now is we'll tap on the writing button. It makes a snapshot of that. So now we're going to go back to the document. We're going to tap on the marker. Let's see which one we want. I think we want to use the red marker, and we're going to make that line a little bit thicker, and then we're going to answer the question. So the first one is a math question for this test, and so we'll put the answer there. Okay? I forgot to put my name on it, so we'll put my name here. Today's date, which I believe is in June. Okay? And then the big bonus question of the test is, what do you call a deer with no eyes? I have no idea. Okay? So once we're done with that, then what we can do is we can save it as a PDF or as a JPEG. So we'll save it as a PDF. And then it asks me where. I'll say on my iPad. We'll move it there. And then another thing that we can do also is we can take this and you just use the screenshot, and then it saves it into your photos. When it's in the screenshot, of course, you can very quickly edit the document. So whether you want to change the edges of it, the left and the right, the top and the bottom. And so that's how we'll save it. Will be done on here. We'll save it to the photos or save it to the files, wherever it is that you want to save it. And now when we want to go back to it, what we can do is just go to our photos, and there it is. There's our test. Then we can email that in to whoever is going to be the recipient of the document. So what's nice about the iTab, the MagniLink S, and the MagniLink Tab for the PC is that you can edit the documents and then send them away to somebody else. Okay, the last part, or the two last things I want to show you, one is how you can use it to split the screen. So now I'm using the iPad, right? We're going to go back to our MagniLink viewer. Let's go back to a live shot. So here we are on a live shot. And now I also want to use the internet. So now I'm going to go to Safari. But let's just say I wanted to use the internet and the MagniLink viewer at the same time. So we're just going to go to the top and we're going to split the view. So now we're going to have the two views. One is of the MagniLink viewer on the right, and the other is of the internet on the left. So now you can have both views at the same time on the same screen. What I also wanted to let you know are a couple of things with the way that this presents information. And that is this. See this icon right here? Well, the first is that you can split the screen for both near and distance by tapping that button. So what we're going to do is put the distance camera over here, and that screen is upside down and backwards, so we're going to change that. So now what we have here is a distance view and a near view. Let's put the near view so we have some text underneath it. So now I'm angling the screen a little bit differently. Let's say I wanted to show more of the near and less of the distance. I can easily change it. Or I can cycle through the different options by just tapping this button. So now we have it on top and bottom. Now we have it right on left, bottom and top, left and right, full screen, the other full screen, and back to our split screen again. So what's nice also about the camera for distance viewing is that when I zoom in on that, that's quite a distance away. That's about 12 feet away, and I don't think teachers are going to write that small. But if they did, then you can just zoom in on anything that you want to see and have it come up on screen. And then easily go back to your reading material underneath or go to a full screen. And one of the last things that we'll show you is how slim this is and how easy it is to transport from place to place. Okay, so when you're finished to pack this up and to disassemble it, it's pretty easy. So number one, we'll turn off the iPad. Then we're going to remove the iPad by using both thumbs. We're going to be pressing down on the orange and then pushing up from the back. And then the iPad will separate from the stand. Remember to unhook the USB-C cord, and there's your iPad. All right, so you can use this as you would use your iPad normally, and then when you want to put it in the stand, you can put it in the stand. So the stand collapses pretty easy. So we're going to pop out the camera from the back, unhook the cord, the USB-C cord, and then this stand just folds down flat. like this, and then you're off, and then you're on the go. And that's it. All right, so that about wraps it up for our introduction to the MagniLink iTab. And if you would like a no obligation demonstration of any of the MagniLinks from LVI, Low Vision International, you can experience that at our showroom here in Worcester, Massachusetts for a free 2-hour assessment. Or if you're unable to come here, we also have options to do this at your home or at your work. And if you would help us in bringing hope to people through technology, training, and care, please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching.